Just to touch on a couple of topics where IT is shown to be an enabler of business value, I think is critical. And in the purchasing world, the process of sourcing the right suppliers and the pre-contract stage, if you like, is the focus of very talented professionals who are known as sourcing experts. And there's a whole science to this process of sourcing. And it's about making sure that you sign the optimal contracts for the business. But from an operational point of view, I think it is crucial that we obviously train those people in that skill, but also don't forget that the implementation of those contracts will depend very much on the technology that supports that purchase to pay downstream activity, if you like, which is post-contract. So as much as those sourcing professionals upstream of that contract signature acknowledge and understand how IT can be an enabler of the wonderful contract that they've now signed and which has generated a huge amount of savings for the bank, I think will be to theirs and everyone else's benefit. So I get very excited when sourcing professionals are interested in the world of technology and ERP and how it supports supply chain management, because I definitely think you can still achieve those sourcing benefits, but you can achieve them a bit quicker and a little bit easier if you've got the MI from the history of purchasing, if you've got better information about the supplier, if you are assured of a downstream process that is fairly robust and well tested and runs consistently and accurately every time. So benchmarking and studies around the world show that there is a renewed focus on this issue of enabling supply chains with technology. And I don't think there's a single boardroom that you'd go into today, certainly for large organizations, where they aren't thinking about how they can improve the application of technology to their supply chain. Now, again, in a bank, our manufacturing and engineering components are not really there in any big way necessarily, as much as in obviously those industries, but we still have a supply chain of goods and services into our organization. And we absolutely need to, and continue, to think about how ERP systems, all of these concepts we've been discussing in the series, can help us to manage those processes better and better. So whether IT is enabling a more advanced product offering to our customers, whether it's providing us with more accurate reports on our stock levels of iPads that are still being dished out to customers at a phenomenal rate due to the success of that offering, or whether it's the improvement of our relationship with suppliers because of a supplier exchange or network or portal that we've implemented, whether it's the improved process of providing purchase orders to those suppliers and the fulfillment of those purchase orders and the invoicing of us, whether electronically, such as e-invoicing, where they're able to log on and provide us with an electronic version of the invoice, or whether we've still got the paper version and we need to process that and manage it as best as possible. Regardless, in any of those areas, we will continue to strive to make sure that IT is a critical component of our business, just as much as it is in our front office and our market-facing offerings and channels, but so too it must also enable our middle and back office and the operational aspects of our business, where we've seen some successes already in HR and finance, and we're currently busy on a journey in procurement, really to implement at its core the purchase-to-pay process and improve the level of governance that we get over the commitment of spend to third parties. And we want to move away from any situation where the first time we know about a commitment that's been made to a supplier is when we receive an invoice from them. We need to have the upfront approval so that we can then be more efficient and stick to our agreed terms of payment with the supplier, and not have to query it and go through internal red tape and resolution of how and why and when we need to pay that. If the purchase order is in place and the system is there to enable it, and people have a user-friendly and advanced system they can log in to process it and search a catalog and request the order and have it approved, and it goes to the supplier and then is delivered to us seamlessly, that is a purchase-to-pay process that works and then obviously capturing the payment into our books, which then is a huge part of our income statement on a monthly basis, together obviously with our cost of human capital. So I think if we can get all those things right, and they're receiving a huge amount of focus for us and are now seen as and will continue to be strategic enablers of just doing what we're doing, but even better, we will remain as successful as we are, I think, and ensure that operationally and internally we are as good as we are externally and in the market, and that the brand that we live, which is one of helpfulness and innovation, applies also to our internal supply chain management processes, where IT plays a critical role in enabling those to the best of our ability. Audio.